Guys, can something great and positive and good come out of Gothenburg? Yes. What is that one? A circle. Which circle? A media hub. Which media hub? Cross-border media hub that connects journalists within Gothenburg, Sweden, Scandinavia, and Europe. Of course, in the world. And why so? Because there is so much that is not known yet. There is so much that is not in the media domain. And not only that, there is so much that is left out when we talk about news. There are so many people, so many international people, so many open-minded people who need something special, who need something typically international that connects them with where they live and where they come from in the world. So now, in Gothenburg, something is about to happen. Media professionals from various backgrounds, various nationalities, living in Sweden, have been gathering for 2 weeks, deliberating, brainstorming, thinking, planning about something that looks like a circle in the sense that it connects people around themselves and other people around other people for the society, for the community, but in the best interest of media professionals and the community. For 2 weeks, my colleagues and I have been in Gothenburg doing what I just said, trying to incubate something new for Gothenburg, for Sweden, for Scandinavian countries, for Europe and the world. And this is where today's random conversations are taking us. Keep watching. So, we are going to have a very random conversation about why we have been in Gothenburg, what we've been doing, just randomly. Let's talk about what we've been doing in Gothenburg. You are going to see a few faces that have been taking part in this Gothenburg session. 2-week workshop, training and brainstorming, discussing, asking brief questions, trying to hint about what is going to happen in the next few months, starting from today. So with me today, right now, is Mick. He will introduce himself, tell us what he does and why he came to Gothenburg and what he expects out of all this exercise. And some of my international colleagues in this project are going to be part of this conversation to speak a little bit about what we've been doing, what are our expectations, and what you should expect from Gothenburg to Europe, to the world. Karibu. Introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us who you are.
I'm Mick de Reehorst. I am the founder and director of Are We Europe. I'm from the Netherlands, 31 years old and currently in Gothenburg, Sweden.
What is that thing called Are We Europe?
You could say it's a media platform that brings together European journalists and creatives and to work on projects across the continent. So for instance, currently we are in Sweden, here in Gothenburg, and we bring together this group of journalists right here and we take them through this workshop where they decide what they want to start as a new project here in Gothenburg. And we've done that in 6 other cities already. In Cluj in Romania, in Lyon in France, in Vilnius in Lithuania, in Tbilisi, Georgia, Porto in Portugal, and now we're here in Gothenburg. And it's for this project called The Circle, where we work together also with other European partners. So what Are We Europe is basically we bring together freelancers, organizations, any sort of media type collective, and start building projects around it. So we're a bit of all over the place in a good way.
So in short, who are you? A philanthropist, an innovator, a media creator? Who are you?
That's a good question. I think I'm a media entrepreneur, if you could say that. I just love starting things and bringing amazing and creative teams together. I don't have a lot of deep or sort of very specialized skills myself. I like a little bit of everything. I'm a generalist, but what I think I'm good at is bringing people together and starting a new project, initiative, concept. So, an entrepreneur.
What's so special about media and journalism and you?
What is special? What I love about journalism and media is that it obviously has a very important role to fulfill in society. Information, bringing information into the society. But there's so many creative ways to do it, and amazing organizations across Europe are doing that. Sometimes in very hard-hitting investigative journalism, or data journalism, or YouTube channels, or podcasts, or newsletters, or blogs, or videos like this. And that's what I love. It is a very broad space where people can find ways to bring stories that they find interesting and bring it to an audience through all these sort of channels.
Okay. Now you've been in Gothenburg for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what you have experienced in Gothenburg?
Honestly, Gothenburg has been Gothenburg really pleasantly surprised me and us. I think we sort of knew that it was very international, like a port city, of course, and like a big city in Sweden. But it's been really cool to meet so many internationals also living here in Sweden, in Gothenburg. And we've been staying here, for almost 2 weeks, and it's been really cool to experiencing the city, but also being in a place like this, in Kollegruvan, which is like a co-working space. It's a very creative city, lots going on, great bars, great food, very nice people. It's been fun.
What do you take with you back home from Gothenburg?
What I really love is that Gothenburg really shows the layered history of European cities. So it's a city that's 400 years old at the moment, and there's such a international and mixed history here, obviously with a lot of ships coming in and out, going everywhere, people coming in and out, and I really like it that it's a very complex setup, which I really love.
What advice would you give to your 10-year-old self?
Honestly, don't think about life as a linear path. There's a lot of different avenues to explore, and that's fine. And you're not gonna do everything. So choose a path and have fun with it.
How do you picture the future of European journalism?
The picture is very positive because I am a very optimistic person, so I love that there's so much happening right now, from Georgia to Ireland and from Malta to Sweden. There's a lot of initiatives coming up and going on. People are collaborating. They understand that we don't have to work in silos. There's much more cross-border collaboration going on. So I really have a positive picture. But journalism as a profession or as a space is obviously under threat. Same in Europe with business, with business, with rising costs, and with also authoritarian regimes. And all the big social media platforms. So that is why we do need this collaboration, because we need to show each other that what's working well here and how people can learn from each other. And I think the future is collaborative. The future of journalism is collaborative, decentralized, and collaborative. No, I already said that. And I think it's very multimedia.
Multimedia.
Multi-format. Fun.
Awesome.
Innovative.
You like circles, circles, circles. Why circles?
I don't particularly like the circle as a shape. I think there's way more interesting shape. Some stuff are way more poignant. I like a double diamond way better, for instance, or a diamond. But what I do like about the circle is people instantly know that it's about connecting stuff together. Whether that's connecting organizations or individuals or projects and programs. I think that's the idea. Like you have this circle that can be connected to another circle, and like, that's what I like about it. Is that it instantly gives this feeling of connection.
Okay. And how do you envision the circle Gothenburg?
I really think it's in an interesting space, in an interesting location. It's in the middle between Copenhagen, Oslo, Stockholm, other places around the sea here. So I think it can honestly be a very cross-border and regional collaboration. And I think that if the team continues down this path, there will be lots of opportunities coming along. We have a good feeling about it. It's about trying what works and what doesn't. And the team that's now working on the Circle Gothenburg, they know it way better, the local context, than we do. So what I also really envision is that it will bring back learnings to the European network about how stuff is going on, like what's happening in Sweden and how we can make sure that Nordic collaborations are being strengthened. So I also hope that it will feed back into the European network.
Having heard from the founder of the Circle's idea, I am sure you would wish to hear from some of my colleagues about their experience after 2 weeks of a design sprint in Gothenburg, one after another, at least some of them.
My name's Amelie. I'm a media professional based in Stockholm, Sweden, and I came here to discover the method behind the media design sprint. And I have to say I had a blast for the past 2 weeks. We brainstormed, we exchanged ideas, we worked on business models, and I can't wait to get started and see what happens.
Are you happy with what you have achieved?
Yes, I think so. I think we are at the place where, we're closing a chapter and opening a new one, and that's exactly why it's exciting, because now we're getting to the core of the matter. We have a plan, we have a direction, and now it's about trying out, experimenting, and implementing it and optimizing it again and again. But I'm confident we'll succeed.
What was the best part of the session?
Well, brainstorming, I would say, and the discussions, generally speaking, whether it was during the workshops, during the breaks and the lunches. I think it was really a good balance between working but also just socializing.
Thank you.
My name is Lily Ray. I come from Australia, lived in Sweden for 8 years. I'm a journalist, translator, photographer, and I came here because it looked interesting, and they asked me to apply. And it's been interesting. I look forward to seeing if we launch some kind of media something, events, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. It's been fun.
What is it that you enjoyed most?
Meeting new people, definitely. Yeah, all you guys. No one in particular. I think you're all equally wonderful. So it's been fun.
What are you taking home with you?
A lot of post-it notes. And an optimism for the future of journalism.
Hi everyone, I'm Eden. I'm half French, half English. I've been living in Gothenburg for 4 years now, and so I work mostly with media. And over the last 2 weeks we've been working on this, media hub, which is a project driven by The Circle. And we're trying to see what kind of media hub we can establish in Gothenburg. So now we have come to several ideas that needs further experiment, investigation, and then hopefully in the upcoming weeks we'll have some more concrete projects that see daylight.
What was the most exciting part of the session for you?
It's hard to pick. It was very interesting to have. We had like a mix of inspirational sessions, which were very interesting. Learned a lot about different actors from the Gothenburg media landscape. But it was also very interesting to develop all those hub ideas, what kind of tests we could carry out to see if the assumptions we have are correct or not. But also, it was also a very interesting part onto like the more audience and business model kind of side, which was also very interesting. So as an overall, I think it was a very well-driven workshop. It was a bit long the second week because it's complicated to match that with work. It's tough to find a balance. It was good, but it was only 4 days. But then it was very interesting. I'm looking forward for the next few weeks, and I will recommend this to anyone who is slightly curious about media and entrepreneurship and developing new ideas and carry them through.
Most of the viewers of this video are in Tanzania or are the friends of Tanzania or have something to do with Tanzania.
Right.
Anything to say to them directly because you've been there?
I've been to Tanzania, that's true. It's a lovely country. People are super nice, it's beautiful. And I hope that one day I could be back. I've mostly been to Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, and to the west, southern part, and hopefully next time I can go a bit more to the north around, I don't know, Lake Victoria.
When was that?
It was in November 2022.
Any plans in the near future?
Hopefully, we'll see. But Africa is such a big continent and there's so many great places to visit. So, but we'll see. Northern part around Lake Victoria is very appealing to me.
Did you learn any Swahili from there?
A tiny bit. Mambo, asante sana.
At least you know that. Thank you.
Asante.
And finally, the coordinator, Teresa.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm here in Gothenburg for the Circle. It's a project by Are We Europe, which is the organization that I work with. We've come to run a design sprint with locally based and international journalists, media professionals and creatives. It's been a fantastic 2 weeks. I'm sad that it's over. We had great energy, positive mindsets, contributions from everybody, great input. It was really nice to meet everybody. Great cohort of really inspiring and motivated people. Can't wait to see how their project pans out.
Was there anything that excited you?
Everything excited me, but for sure the thing that excited me the most was working with this really cool team of people that we put together and seeing the energy that kind of built up from this collaboration throughout the process, throughout the 2 weeks that we were here together. And so I really look forward to seeing how that develops in the coming 3 months when we're going to be working remotely with one another during the mentorship process.
Okay. How do you see Gothenburg in relation to the rest of the Nordic countries?
I think Gothenburg is an absolutely fantastic city. I really enjoyed being here. I think that it's a great base for accessing lots of different countries, cities and places throughout the Nordics. So I think that we are in a really good position here to become a connector, not just between the Nordic regions, like countries of the Nordic region, but also perhaps to the rest of Europe, because actually we're also not so far to Germany, Denmark, and the rest of the continent.
Anything special to say to media users, media practitioners about this Gothenburg Hub?
I would say as soon as there is a sign up link, sign up so that the Circle Gothenburg Hub can keep you up to date with the developments of their project, and then make sure you come to Gothenburg, check them out, get in touch, meet them, find out what they've been working on. They're really cool people. It's going to be an amazing project. We're really happy. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
What's your take from this? The work has just begun. Just note it down in your diary. Something from Gothenburg to the world is coming. Circle Gothenburg for you, for us.